Relating it to the story of maturity, it's actually a little confusing because the character does not feel sad at all for his father's departure as a result of the lack of father involvement. For him, it's just that she realized everything before her father was picked up by death. In the end, she just assumed on the omens. Readers seems to be free to conclude for themselves the process of maturation intended by the author. This I character is a perfectionist woman. She has an orderly life, so if something breaks his routine, she gets angry. She is an independent career woman. From the outside, people will judge that she is a girl who does not seem to care about her family, judging from the scan. When his father calls and she does not answer, in the scan on the plane, she also seems annoyed that her father's death had his work schedule. You could say she is also an emotional woman. And the father character in this story is always worried about small things. He also did not want to bother other people, including his wife and his children. As a professor at one of the campus, in the eyes of his students, he is a friendly and fun lecturer to chat with as well as humorous.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rika Susanti from CBIE class, and here I'm going to deliver my review about a short story. The title is Growing Pains by Desi Anwar. Well, this story explored the pains of growing up, the fragility of humans' emotions, and the challenges of learning to navigate the complexities of life while trying to understand the meaning behind it all. Feeling very depressed, don't know where to look for help and from who. The world is full of crises. They didn't know how to do and finish them well. There is no more passion for life. Everything was scary. The story in Growing Pains is so touching the emotional and psychological side. Well, it was all the stress and anxiety and depressed situation which we cope with, from school life, college stuff, family relationship, friendship, love, to self-loathing, and others. Every character in Growing Pains is a fragile person. each character in this story, in their own way, realize that in order to understand this world and deal with confusing realities, they must embrace their inner turmoil first, then come to terms with their fragility and allow the universe to work in unexpected ways. Well, this is my review, a little story about growing pains. Thank you for your nice attention. I'm so sorry if any mistakes. The last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Izzatul Mufida. Here I will review the advantage of Desi Anwar short story Growing Pains. 5 story with 5 different lives. Where the first story is about the condition of child who was abandoned by his father, and then the second story is about the life of boarding house child who lives with husband and wife, and from them this boarding house boy learned a lot about life. And the third story is very depressing. Teenager who are stressed because of exams, who doesn't know what happened to him and finally finds out. And the fourth story is about woman and the story of finding the perfect love, and the last is about a child who is raised in an unusual way by his mother. I think this book is very interesting because it teaches us many things. And in this book, Desi Anwar also present his personal experience, starting from the issue of loss, where she described the wants and various ups and downs about growing into a major person, then the search for identity to happiness. According to Desi, life is so complex, it doesn't always make the days we live feel smooth. Relationship between humans, emotion and selfishness that each person has, all of which can have their own uniqueness, until finally we can find the meaning behind it all. This short story tell the story of how humans relate to themselves, their families, and those around them, as well as make think about life. Each article is told in such detail that it makes the reader feel included in the story. It's really recommended for those who like to read short stories. There are many things that teach us about life. Okay, maybe that's enough. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Lailatul Qamariah. I'm from CBIE class. Here I want to explain about the short story of Growing Pains from Desi Anwar. Okay, speaking of leaves, this has almost no flaws. However, it could be because my expectations were wrong when reading the title, or the lack of dialogue and it's too long, make it feel rambling and only one-sided dialogue, or also because of one point of view that make it like reading a diary, which actually doesn't matter in other books, but in this book it feels very monotonous. Maybe I read this book at the wrong time. This book made me very bored. There were even times when I really didn't care about the story of the character. Of the 5 stories, only did I enjoyed the whole story. Delia's story made me more curious about her Delia, which was very small in proportion. The pain of growing up, I don't even remember what it was about. Perfect love, just like that. Some of the interesting parts in Good Mother are also covered by procrastination. But so far, the stories that are presented have beautiful and easy to understand diction so that the reader gets involved in the story. That's all from me. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Whoa. You kill it. You kill it. So good.